Tēnā koe hoa.
Oh, tēnā koe.
No mai, heira mai. So exciting to have you here today.
Oh, very exciting to be here.
Well, how watawa mai? What are we going to do?
Well, we've got Rewana Parawa.
Nā whai anō, because that's you. We can't have Paddy here without Rewana going on.
Kia ora mō tēnā. We've got a Kaimoana Tiu, so it's our variation on perhaps a bouillabaisse, something that Himo and I make at home quite a lot, one of our faves.
You're going to have mama hoki te tunu?
Ai, tino mama.
So I'm looking forward to all of these tips because it's a little bit tapu when we come onto Rewana bread. You know, the aunties don't let you near it.
This is very true, and I have to say in advance that this is a baker's version of Rewana, and I'm trying to adapt it back to a recipe that works in the home as well.
Koe te mahi tuatahi? Is that what we're going to do first?
First off, potato.
Riwai.
Heriwai, we're going to boil that up, and when it's boiled soft enough, we'll mash it up and we'll make that into the starter.
Nā reira, ko tēnei te pūtaketanga o te parawa. So this is the basis of the bread.
That's it.
This one humble, amazing riwai.
That's going to be the thing that's going to attract all those yummy yeasts which are going to make the bread rise.
Ka rawe. Ko te kōrero a te toko maha me ki, lots of people say they've got a Rewana bug. Now what does that mean?
A bug is really, it's your yeast source. This is a real early stage bug. So now you're going to need some flour, some sugar and some water, preferably some slightly warm water.
How no te momo, so what sort of type of flour do we need?
Well, you want a strong flour. Now put your sugar in, a teaspoonful, and then you want to put around about 200 mils of water. And then give that a good stir up.
And ko tēnei te mahi e kia nei, this is what we call feeding the bug.
Feeding the bug. So what we'll do now is we'll do the same process that we've just gone through there. So we're going to add more of the bug. We're going to put flour, sugar, warm water. The same process again to get to a more firm dough. This stage, I'm not personally too bothered about getting it too perfect. You get it so that it's combined. So maybe if we turn it out onto the bench, you can work it with your hands now.
Yeah, then so what, do we just want it combined?
That's perfect. I wouldn't bother with doing it much more than that. And now you want to put that back in the bowl and cover it up again.
And here's one you prepared earlier?
Exactly. So
Kapai.
we have this one over here, which was already stage 2, and now we're going to turn that into stage 3, which will be our final dough. Pretty much a repeat. Again, we're adding flour, warm water, but this time salt, no more sugar.
So that is really what's involved. All of us are going to have to
You're going to have to put a little bit of effort into it, and this is where the love comes into it.
Ka pai. Kei te tukuna tō aroha nui ki roto i te parawa. You got all that aroha in there. Engari, he mahi māku? Is there something for me to do?
Yes. So we need to make a stock. So what you've got in front of you there is the ingredients for a basic vegetable stock. We could peel the carrot, chop the celery, half of the onion. You're putting in all your herbs, bay leaves, some rosemary, some parsley. You put the cinnamon stick in there, star anise, and a few peppercorns.
Oh, he ngā tohu kua pai te parawa nei?
Well, we're looking for what we call the window pane effect. So if you're thinking of stretching the dough out, and you'll get these lovely little lines and like a window pane.
Okay.
Right, it won't fall apart on you. Now at the moment, this dough's nowhere near ready. It's basically coming apart in my hands.
Shall I give it a go? Am I up to it?
Give it a go.
So when we start to look for that window pane...
Yeah. So if you pull a bit off the end of it,
right, yeah.
You just give it a squeeze with your hands and then stretch it out.
Ahua koata, so it should be a little bit transparent, should it?
Oh, it's still ripping a bit, so it's not quite, but it's so close.
Kotata.
A little bit more.
So what will you be up to?
Okay, well I'm going to start to prepare the base for the tiu. I'm actually going to put the potatoes into the stock to cook them up. It'll just speed the process up a little bit. And then I'm going to chop up some vegetables and get things started in the pan. So the onions going in there. We've got good-sized garlic with paprika, a little bit of chilli, and I'm going to put a little bit of fennel seed in there as well. A little bit of wine. It's just going to deglaze, take all the goodness that's stuck to the side off. Tomatoes. And so we need to finish this off. We'll put a little bit of salt and pepper in there as well, I think.
Kua pai rani tēnei. How am I going here?
Oh yeah, that looks good. I think it's there.
Okay.
Chopping up a couple of garlic cloves very finely. And this is going to be the start of our aioli.
koe.
So now we need to separate 2 eggs. So we want the egg yolks. So you're going to crush the garlic up. I'm just making a couple of loaves. So this is what we'd call a batard, which is basically formed loaf.
Ka tukuna ki roto, ka waiho mo te tahi wā. Do you leave it there to rise? I want to say something like that.
Well, it's going to, yes, rise. It's going to prove now. It's done all the development. This is the proving stage.
Ka waiho ki konei, how long do we leave those there for?
Around about 13, 14 hours.
But I suspect, ko te ke ia koe ne, you've already done some?
Ah, yes, well, we do happen to have a couple.
Okay, te ki te rereketanga, you can see the difference there. So they're nearly at the top, yeah, as opposed to those ones.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the oven, and in the bottom of the oven I've put a pan, and I'm going to pour cold water in there, and it should create steam. Steam will give it a little bit more crust. It should give it a bit more...
They were wahanga paka pai, so that crunchy part that I like is created by the steam.
Steam, and it's also the heat. You've got to get your loaf really hot if you want a good crust. Yep.
Nā reira, hā te pē whai ake nei, and what do you want to do next?
You're going to add the egg yolks in there, and give them a bit of stir, and then you're going to drizzle your olive oil in gradually. You almost need 3 arms to do this. That's looking good. So it needs a bit of lemon juice now, so now I need to get mussels on. I'm going to put a splash of the wine in there as well.
How te momo ika, and what sort of fish have you got?
I've got a very ugly fish called monkfish. It tastes very similar to crayfish. And we've got some John Dory. The fish, it'll cook very, very quickly, so we do that in the last minute. We have some pre-cooked clams that we're going to put in there as well, so they won't take any time.
He kai mate ahoa. Oh, look at that. Mr. Morrison gets into close proximity just at the very crucial moment.
What?
Mohio pai koe kia Paddy.
Oh.
Tēnā koe, te tuagana. Nau mai, hara mai. Hei a kōrua tapu kai. Hei au te tokori mā Māui.
You can use hands, but also you have to use some of this parawa to do your mop-up, because that sauce is beautiful.
Yep.
Perfect.
Rawe te parawa. And it's one of the best one I've tasted in a long time. I better not say that too loud in case my aunties are watching.
Yeah.
Big call, big call.
That was beautiful. Nice and light.
Well, look, all I know is that you've given us so many great tips today. Me whai kupu āwhina I te mātanga pērā i a koe, nā reira e te mātanga. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you so much for this wonderful experience. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself.
I just need people to try this. It's so
The door's
beautiful.
always open, my friend.
No, mate. Oh, yum. Let me do the scoop. Gotta do the scoop.